Good afternoon. Or should I say evening? Morning. Morning? At any rate, I am the Game Master. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Okay.
Before we begin, there is something I must tell you. You see, my job is to draw you into this world with my voice and cards. Which is why I believe it best for you to play with the sound on. In fact, I insist
You
on
can hear
it.
the sound, right?
However, as you can see, my voice is subtitled, so you can always read along as well. Now then, are you ready? Let's begin. Welcome to Voice of Cards. You are about to take the first steps of your adventure. Through a realm of sword and sorcery you will travel, battling bloodthirsty monsters as you strive to realize your ambitions. I have every faith you will accomplish great things here.
We have our first choice. Let's play along. And who might you be?
I am merely a witness to your exploits.
Okay.
Now then, your departure draws nigh. May your journey be a safe one.
There we have it. Our adventure begins. We're taking the whole card aesthetic to a new level. See how they made it.
This is Castle Advent. Queen Nilla reigns over the kingdom from within its walls. 3 white-clad adventurers have gathered here at the Queen's summons. Present yourselves, O faithful of the Ivory Order.
Okay, so that's our piece right there. And we control it with the left stick. Alright. Okay. The objective is to move to the queen, who is apparently up here. But let's explore. Let's try going up.
You cannot leave. Present yourself to the Queen at once.
Holy railroad. Oh, who are these?
I am one of the guards charged with the castle's protection. I take not a single step from my post.
Okay. He's doing his post.
I am one of the guards charged with the castle's protection. None shall pass me without permission.
Okay. Let's go back up. Let's avoid that part.
You may not enter here.
Okay. So we have to go to this card.
From upon her throne, the Queen regards the adventurers. So you are disciples of the Order. The youngest of the 3 steps forward. She holds herself with well-born grace. I am Winifred of the Ivory Order, Your Majesty, she says. I lead this fellowship. She bows, glancing to her 2 companions. In response, the stern-looking one inclines his head and brusquely names himself Berwin. The older man is the picture of courtesy as he genuflects and introduces himself as Hedwin.
They all have Win in their names, so these aren't.
It is these 3 our story follows today. In other words, your party.
Okay.
The Queen acknowledges the fellowship with a nod. In a soft voice, she explains her errand. Someone has stolen the royal treasure. I bid you reclaim it. Under normal circumstances, I would entrust this to my soldiers, but I do not wish to spread thin my forces with the recent monster troubles.
Monster.
It seems the troubled queen is judged she can entrust this matter to none but the Ivory Order, beloved of the people and unmatchable in battle.
Yeah.
It is our honor to serve you, Your Majesty, and thus the quest falls to the Fellowship. Short of any clues that could lead them to the culprit, however, they press the Queen for further information.
Of course, we're here for the reward.
Usually, one would expect recompense for this sort of undertaking. You're quite a mercenary, but as demanding a reward would go against the tenets of the Ivory Order, you hold your tongue.
What?
The Queen, however, has already said she will reward the Fellowship with whatever they desire.
Whatever we desire.
It seems the royal treasure is just that important.
Alright, let's find out what it is then.
The Fellowship asks the Queen what the royal treasure is. The Queen describes a bottle containing a certain liquid.
It's a liquid.
Without it, she trails off, but the desperation in her voice suggests its loss could spell disaster for the kingdom.
Did you see the thief, Your Majesty?
The Fellowship asks the Queen if she knows anything about the thief. The Queen says witnesses might be found at Nexton. Pray tarry no longer here. I await news of your success. The Fellowship bows and takes their leave.
Head south to Nexton. Nexton is apparently the next town. So we see what they did there. There you can perform various actions such as saving and changing skills or equipment. Okay. The cards you encounter on your journey will be added to your collection, which can also be found from the menu screen. Please give it a look from time to time. Okay. I will. Alright, so our next objective is head south to Nexton. Let's take a look at the menu first. So you have your setup with skills. Yeah. So, okay, so Winifred has Magic Strike and White Heal. Nice. And, who's this guy? Berwin? Yeah, Berwin has, so he's the fighter type, but apparently he also has this lightning strike thing. That's He-Man's skill, right? And the new, in Netflix's new Masters of the Universe. Anyway, downward strike just deals damage, but lightning strike actually adds the value of roll to attack and deal both damage. So it deals lightning damage with apparently a roll of the dice to add it to the attack. Okay. This is some Gaiwin. I forgot the name. So generate one gem. Okay. We don't know what gems are apparently. And he also has this sort of fireball thingy, flame thingy. Deal attack plus 3 fire damage. Alright, that's it for the skills. Let's take a look at their abilities. So, the leader has Light Proof, which decreases light damage by 5. Okay. Berwin has this invincible thing, which gives him immunity to effects that would lower his attack and defense, apparently. So these are their passive abilities. And this guy, this dude has decreased wind bolt damage by 5. Okay, so he's resistant to both wind and bolt. Okay, so it's a very these are their stats. So if we take a look, they're all level fives. Sorry. Okay, and then they have their attacks there, their defenses, and also the speed. Okay, so Winifred's the fastest, and Fairwind's the slowest, with a speed of 2. They also seem to require different experience points for their next level. Let's take a look at what they're wearing. So this is Winifred's equipment. So she has a sacred staff, which increases her attack by +2. Then she's wearing an adventurer's attire, +2 defense, and no accessories. Fairwind has an iron sword, +3 to attack, as well as a simple breastplate, +2 defense. And then this guy, I'm sorry about that. Okay, equipment. Oh, I'm in collection. Sorry. Okay, setup, equipment, and then the third guy has a sacred staff also, and an adventurer's attire. And here they are. Oh, this is where you. It seems that you could arrange their order from there. I don't know what if that has any other game effect. Okay, so it's surrounded by water, so we can't go. Let's try going back to the castle.
The castle gates are sealed shut. It seems the guards have their hands full battling monsters.
Inside the castle? Okay, so let's go.
We can waste no time finding the treasure. Winifred strides toward town. Wait, cries Berwin, blocking Winifred's path. A monster.
That's a cute monster.
You dare stand in our way? Edwin scowls at the foul creature.
Yes,
It
Hedwig.
lunges at the fellowship.
Also run away with a start button and hard oh, that shows their buffs and healings. Okay, so we don't need anything to heal anyone. We don't need to heal anyone, so we don't need the damage. Let's try a magic spell. This guy has only 10, so let's try it on the weaker ones. So remember that indicates when cards each drops to 0, it becomes incapacitated. Cards attack is indicated in its lower left. Oh, it's just like Magic the Gathering then. Lower left is your attack, and then the defense is right there on the lower left. I don't know what this does. Oh, that guy heals. So this adds the value of gold per damage. So he's going to be gold doing at least 12. So I guess we'll just downward strike this quicker. Alright, 12 minus this defensive 3 is a 9. So it's just like Magic the Gathering. Okay, so this should inflict around 9 minus 4, 5 points. That's just 4 points.
You did great.
A good warrior wastes no time.
Winifred heaves a disgruntled sigh as she smooths her rumpled garb. Showing no signs of weariness from battle, Berwin silently wipes the monster's ichor from his weapon. Edwin inspects the remains of their foe. The queen spoke true, he mutters, his face masked in contemplation. Winifred gives a grim nod at his words. Mayhap the treasure's theft and the monster's behavior are connected somehow. First things first, the Fellowship needs to gather more information. To Nixton, they set their sights.
Ah, there we have next turn. Enter next turn. Okay, let's go. Well, for you, there are all sorts of establishments in the world supporting your location. Be careful with explaining. It's my first time here. Explain away. So this is the inn. Rest here to recover your party's HP. Okay. And this is the apothecary. 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 Here you can purchase items to restore your party's HP, cure their status ailments, and more. Okay. And then this is the armorer. They sell weapons and armor to give your party an edge in battle. This is the item shop. They stock handy items to use on your journey. This is the game parlor. Come here to play some card games when you need a break from your travels. That about sums it up. These establishments are here to help you, so don't be a stranger. Speak to the inhabitants of Nexton to gather information on the thief who stole the royal treasure. Okay. Can we go out? Not yet. So the armor is there. Let's see what we can buy.
How may I help you? The proprietor inquires.
So we already have one of these. Maybe we can upgrade to a mercenary sword. That's double. And we already have a secret staves. Oh, we can actually upgrade both the mercenary sword. Yeah, let's try that. Buy and equip. Erwin, of course, is the only one who can wield it. And then, yeah, let's improve his armor. Steel breastplate. Okay, Berwin is all set, and we've got no more money. That's that's the accessory. We should have bought them that instead. Ah, okay.
Will that be all? The proprietor asks.
Yes, you've robbed us of our gold already. Weapon, armor, and accessory cards are only effective once you've equipped them to your characters. Okay, so let's open the menu and select equipment to make sure your party is ready for that. You fulfilled the necessary requirements and unlocked Blacksmith's character story. Okay, where is that unlocked? I think it's in collections. Yeah, there we go. That's no, the blacksmith is in here. Oh, here he is. Hello there. Striking out on your own, are you? Oh, I've been at this long enough to size people up at a glance. Don't worry, I'll make you exactly what you need. You can look forward to the backs of those cards and the whole story in the retail version of the game. Oh, it's not here. Okay, it's not here yet. Oh, you could rotate the card. Could inspect it. Why is it? Why is it doing it like that? Why is it placing it? Exchange cards. Ah, it has. Apparently, it has two versions. Alright, that's it. I'll try saving first. Okay, now let's go talk to the inhabitants of the town.
I'm too scared to leave town with all those monsters out there, the woman sighs.
She's too scared. How about you?
Welcome to Nexton, hails a man.
Ah, it's the official greeter. Most JRPG towns have them. Okay, so tell us of this place, Peter.
The man doesn't respond to any question except to parrot back his original greeting.
I'm not sure, man. Have you heard there was a theft?
The Fellowship asks if he's heard anything about the theft. The man's eyes widen. He leans close to Winifred and whispers something in her ear. Welcome to Nexton.
It's the same thing.
The man helpfully advises you take the opportunity to purchase equipment and curatives while you are in town.
Maybe we shall.
A woman sits hunched over by the side of the road.
Sure, you got
Upon catching sight of the Fellowship, she calls out for their aid.
Alright.
She's sprained her ankle and needs you to take her to the nearby apothecary. Winifred rushes to her and helps her up. Berwin lifts the woman onto his back, and the Fellowship sets out in search of an apothecary.
To the apothecary. which direction you want to jump, then press that. Okay, let's jump over there.
You arrive at the apothecary. After taking a curative, the woman begins hopping up and down. Nothing holds a candle to Ivory Order medicine, she beams. She turns to the Fellowship, her eyes widening in surprise. You three. It seems she's only now realized the Fellowship are disciples of the Ivory Order. The woman takes each of their hands in turn, thanking them for their service. The Ivory Order is famous for providing medical supplies throughout the realm, and indeed the wider world. Every smile the Order brings to someone's face makes Winifred proud to be a disciple.
Progress through the adventure and defeat progress through the adventure and defeat the myriad enemies in your path to collect every special story. In your collection? But we already checked out the blacksmith, right? And okay, let's try this one. Average man, not a day passed that he didn't wear his hair or arrange his clothes just the way she liked. She was the prettiest girl in the village, and one day he was sure she'd notice it. Okay, so they actually have something like additional backstories that you unlock through certain game actions or certain tasks that you completed in game, but it's currently not yet available here since we're playing the demo version. But apparently the full version has the stories. Okay. So okay, so this is just the same goal as before. Okay, now we have more people to talk to.
Nothing holds a candle to Ivory Order medicine, proclaims the woman, swigging this curative and that. How may I help you? The proprietress inquires. The apothecary catches sight of the Fellowship. Ah, the Ivory Order, to which I owe the prosperity of my humble shop, she says. She gestures to the drawers filled with her wares. Pray, choose one of my concoctions and take it at no cost. It shall be a token of my thanks to the Order. The Fellowship insists they will pay as any other customer would, and sets about browsing her wares.
What do apothecaries sell? Potions? Yeah, potions. So we've got Speller, Salve, we've got some of these already. Antidote, Pepper Upper, and Inspire Elixir. Inspire Elixir. Inspire Elixir. Inspire Elixir.
Will that be all? The proprietress asks.
We don't have any money, we're poor.
How may I help you? The proprietress inquires.
Let's just take a look at what the item shop provides. So you get a bomb or stone. If you noticed earlier, I think these gems are you need you need them to to cast magic. Yeah, we don't have enough gold for that. It's a luxury.
Will that be all? The
Yes.
proprietress asks. The man claims he saw a suspicious someone leaving the castle grounds carrying what looked to be a medicine bottle.
Oh, that must be the
He didn't get a good look at their face, but says they were nothing but skin and bone. The Fellowship thanks the man for the useful information.
so a very thin man. See the brothers.
The woman begs the Fellowship for their autographs. She seems to greatly admire the Order. I know there's nothing to worry about with disciples of the Order here, she says, relief flooding her features. Upon asking, the woman says she was attacked by a monster outside of town.
A monster outside.
A strange creature, she says, nothing but bones, and it clutched a bottle of medicine as if its life depended on it.
It must be the thief. The thief seems to be a skeleton. Or at least a very thin man.
An innocent-looking young boy accosts the Fellowship. Want to play a game with me? He asks expectantly. In this parlor, you can play cards. The child rambles on, wheedling you. I'll give you this if you play with me.
This fellow. How do we play? So this is the mini game. Those use your cards to get more points than other players. You get points by arranging your cards into sets of magic cards or consecutive strings. It's like gin rummy or tongits if you're from the Philippines. Try making a set. Okay, let's try making a set. That- Can you see it? When the game starts, each player dealt their hand, one card at a time. What they do? Draw two cards from the deck. Now you have three cards in your hand. Select two that have the same number. This set is worth 4 points. Make a set. You make a set to earn points equal to the net sum of the numbers. For any cards left over, you can choose one to remain in your hand. Begin your turn. Next, not together. So there are 9 players out there. make a set with up to three cards of the same number. You have three A's, so try making a set. The set is worth 3 points. Make a set with selected cards. Set you'll have to discard one of the sets you Ouch. It's lucky. Oh, but it's only 1 point higher than my current score. Let's see. Alright. There are no more cards in the deck. That means this is the last turn. Last but not least, bring up the menu button. There you can look at the rulebook or decide the value of the game. Take the set of 53 cards at the same number in the hand or the pot, or 3 consecutively numbered cards. So 3. But you won't get any draw, so hopefully you can only have 3 sets. Yeah, I should get rid of Well, interesting. That's an interesting card game. I definitely can't see myself playing more of it. Where's the price of Let's pick random cards. Apparently, this is the only one you can pick. So what is cards from there? These rules are for a single opponent. Please select begin game or confirm rules. Using cards numbered 1 to 8, make sets of 2 or 3 of a kind or 3 numerals in sequential order. 2 or 3 of a kind. Alright, so let's play again. I think we can win. Just one more game. Yeah, let's discard. Let's go, guys. Ah, damn. He has. Ah, I keep forget. You have to remember which card he left over the last turn. For example, okay, so he has a 4. Remember now, he has a 4. Oh, nice. That gives us 24. So this one has 21. This one has 12. So let's discard the 12. Yeah, the 4. Let's expand to the entire. Yay! Alright. It's a fun game. What did we win?
Thanks for playing, the boy squeals. He hands over the medicine bottle as promised.
Alright. The first one really was a tutorial. So the following rules are now available for play. New add skills. Skills. You can now select multiplayer. I think we talked to already. We talked to this guy.
You make your way to the inn, where you're greeted with a hearty hello by the owner. You're from the Ivory Order, aren't you?
Yes.
Thanks to a royal decree, you're allowed to stay the night for free. And you're not about to refuse such hospitality.
I think we got hurt during that last battle, so I'm sure. Let's
The party leaves the inn feeling rested.
Alright. That was a wall. This is water. There's also a wall. But we moved diagonally.
Apparently, there's a monster lurking around the outskirts of town stealing medicine, and only medicine. Rumors claim the monster fled to the west.
To the west.
Thanks to the information gleaned from the townsfolk, The Fellowship is all but certain of who has stolen the royal treasure. The first clue was the Queen's description of the treasure, a small bottle containing a certain liquid. Then there's the bony figure seen fleeing town, the skeletal monster clutching the bottle of medicine, and the monster that fled west. From all that information, the Fellowship distills the thief's true identity.
Skeleton fleeing west, scrawny street urchin, and it's got it's probably the skeleton monster fleeing west.
Realization strikes Winifred. I know who our thief is. The monster made of bones, Hedwyn interjects. The one that fled west. Berwin nods in agreement, as if to say, another sage pronouncement from the great and wise Hedwyn. Winifred clears her throat, proclaims that the Fellowship shall head west, out of town, and walks off.
Travel west of Nexton in pursuit of the monster. Okay, let's head out. Yes. Should your journey become unfortunate and we can give you for your last save point, so it is in your interest to save often. Select data from the menu screen to save. There is also an autosave feature to periodically keep it public. Let's do that now. This is a road, right? It's an encounter.
Let's do this.
These are gems. You'll need to spend them to use certain skills. You gain one gem whenever you take an action, and you can store up to 10 at one time. This icon indicates how many gems a skill costs. You can't use this skill if you don't have enough gems. Okay, so white field costs one skill, but the magic strike doesn't. Wow.
Oh?
Some of your attacks are elemental in nature. The 6 elements are fire, water, earth, wind, light, and thunder. Okay, so the 4, not except 4 elements. So it's like the Final Fantasy elements here. Fire, water, wind, light, and earth. Cards take more damage from elements they are weak to and less damage from elements they are resistant against. Knowing your enemy's weaknesses and strengths will help you choose which skills to wield for your attack. Okay, standard. How do we know their skills? Roll is down to 1.
Let's do this.
Alright, let's do this. So these are the guys from the first encounter. So white light deals mistake light damage, but it costs 2 gems. Deals 20 damage, which would instantly kill one of these guys. Let's just do this. Oh, there's a chest here.
Rout the enemy. The Fellowship moves westward, only to be unnerved by the sight of a human figure moving through the trees. The presence of large packs suggests a traveler.
Not sight of any monsters?
I beg your pardon, but did you catch sight of a monster fleeing west? Winifred inquires. He gives her a puzzled look. There's nothing out there but the sea, he says. That and a cave full of monsters on the opposite shore. I suspect you might find your quarry there. The Fellowship exchange glances and nod as if to say, then that is where we shall go. Alas, they will need a boat to cross the sea. The traveler hoists his packs, suggests the Fellowship speak to the fishermen on the western shore, and takes his leave. Don't hold back.
Don't hold back.
Fortune favors the bold. Don't hold back. Let's not go there just yet. I haven't quite finished the story for that section, you see. A bizarre rock appeared. It seems primed to explode. The bizarre rock transformed into an aqua rock. The only way out of this fight is through it.
Oh no! Oh my god, it's got 50 defense. turn.
And fight.
Select items again. Make sure these items can be equipped. Preparing many items, press the LB or RB buttons. Skill I wonder how you learn of their weakness other than oh, choice. Let's pick the middle one. The right one was the right one. These were goblins. I'll just go back to town real quick and then load up on accessories. I think we have enough money to buy rings of protection.
Let's do this.
Yes, let's do this. Why not? Slimes are apparently fire, both fire and this thing lightning. I wonder if the collection, the card collection has their stats.
Congrats. Don't hold back.
Don't worry. So I already got the mercenary. Okay, we are currently equipped with the sacred staff. Steel breastplate, adventurer's attire, and then okay, so let's just give them one of each. Another one for Bearwind, and then another one for Headwind. Do we need to sell anything? I mean, are the old equipment still there? Oh, it is still there. So let's sell them now. Breastplate also. That will be all. And then let's head to the apothecary. Or is it the item shop? No.
The Fellowship hears a young man arguing with the apothecary. Make it as the Fellowship approaches the door to intervene. The young man bursts out of the shop. He storms past Winifred, nearly crashing into her. "Watch where you're going," she shouts after him. But he makes no move to apologize, instead squaring his shoulders and walking off. "What a hateful little man," grumbles the apothecary. Winifred vows to teach him proper manners should they ever meet again.
How do we know how many we have? Like for a sword? Yeah, it tells you. 3 owned, 2 owned, 1 of each. Okay, let's buy 1 of these. And then 3 of No! I'm gonna buy 2 of these. Yes. Okay, now we have 3 of each. That's right. Yes. Thank you. Now, what is in the item shops again? Oh, bomb. And the suit stone. Let's just buy like 3 of these. You can buy a suit stone.
"Here to stay the night?" the innkeeper asks the moment you set foot in the inn.
Then let's head off to the west.
Nice work.
Oh yeah. Alright, just because of that, just save again.
Let's do this.
This is different.
Congrats. The Fellowship comes upon an anchored ship. Close by, a fisherman of exquisite physique hauls a net out of the water, his muscles rippling. This is no time for lustful reverie. Winifred races to his side and asks that he give the Fellowship safe passage aboard the ship. That vessel is cursed, the fisherman mutters, trembling.
Cursed, you say?
Night after night, it leaves port without a soul aboard, headed I know not where. Come morning, it is once again anchored here.
So it's not good.
This, to the fisherman's mind, is the result of a curse. His head drops into his hands. With but a single dispeller, I am certain I could lift it and sail away.
Oh, how?
Winifred hands the despairing fisherman a dispeller and asks again for safe passage to the cave beyond the sea. The fisherman snatches up the concoction, so delighted that his pectoral muscles begin twitching. The Fellowship politely ignores this fact. He opens the bottle and proceeds to douse the ship. Are you ready to set sail for the cave? The fisherman asked. All right then, just let me know when you're ready, he says cheerily.
I'm pretty sure we're more than okay. We're level 9. Yeah. We're above the height requirement.
Let's shove off then.
Let's go.
He beckons you aboard. The Fellowship arrives at the mouth of a dank cave, its damp, rocky expanse threatening to swallow them. Monsters could come pouring out at any moment. The fisherman has anchored the ship in the cove. Come back here when you're ready to return to the mainland, he says.
Okay, move further into the cave. Is it that dark? Okay. Oh no! What is this?
Let's do this.
Oh, skeletons. And there's mushroom thingies. I bet the skeletons are weak against slime. And the mushrooms are weak against fire. Basic.
Don't hold back.
I won't. White light!
Let's do this. And fight. fight. Oh?
Notice how outside the cards are arranged like out in alternate fashion so that it's like a hexagonal map. But when you head into dungeons,
Rout the
there's
enemy.
they're arranged in a grid, just like the grid. It's just like in most fantasy role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons, where they use hex maps for the wilderness and grid maps, square maps for dungeons and towns. The magic users have been pulling their winds right along and brains just like reloading it. He hasn't even lifted his sword in quite a while.
And fight.
Let's try that quick battle thing where you use the left analog stick. But, let's see if we can do it. Because I only went back because I wanted to see.
The door before you is shut quite tightly. It appears to have a keyhole. The simple key may be of use here. The Fellowship slides the simple key into the keyhole and turns it. The lock opens with a thunk.
It's a multi-level dungeon. This is classic.
An iron door towers before you. It has rather conspicuous handles.
Choose a card and hold the E button to raise it up
Berwin pushes the massive handles against the door with all his might. It moves not an inch. Berwin gives the door a roundhouse kick out of pure frustration. As his foot connects, the door trundles to the side.
Okay.
So it was one of those sliding contraptions. Something leaps out at the Fellowship from the darkness. Winifred deftly parries the attack with her staff. Edwin looks fondly at Winifred, only to have his reverie interrupted by Berwin's cry of, "It's coming back." About the enemy.
Okay, let's take care of Winifred's alpha strike. And then I guess they're weak to flames also being. Oh, they're not. Nice. Way to go, Berwin. Is that the boss fight or just
You shall not have it. Of the Fellowship warily eyes their surroundings as several somethings leap out of the shadows.
Whoa, warriors, so the kick to bolt.
Nice work.
So this one regenerates. Let's see if it heals. Yeah. Then let's shatter it.
Congrats.
Oh, nice.
Winifred neatly steps through the fiend's remains and opens the chest. Inside is what appears for all the world to be an ordinary medicine bottle. At last, the royal treasure is in safe hands once more, Edwin sighs. Winifred and Berwin nod in agreement. Treasure in hand, the Fellowship exit the cave, exulted. In time, the Fellowship find themselves before the Queen once more. They offer her the retrieved treasure. As reward for the arduous task of returning our prized possession, I bid you name anything you desire, she proclaims.
Wonderful game!
She is positively beaming and seems prepared to shower the fellowship with riches, whether they demand them or not. But at that moment, a massive roar, the likes of which had never been heard before, shakes the entire castle. As the roar recedes, one of the royal guard, pale as a sheet, bursts into the royal hall. He struggles to gather his breath. Just now, over the castle, a dragon. He pants to a dragon. So the great evil has returned. Queen Nilla turns her gaze to the sky, dumbfounded. So the monster troubles are connected. Hedwyn says so under his breath, so the queen does not hear. A profound silence settles over the royal hall. The fellowship stand tall, unflinching, as though they know what must be done in the face of such a crisis. What will become of the land now that the dragon has returned? I'm afraid that will have to wait. We're all out of time for this portion of the adventure.
It's the end of the session.
Don't you worry. We'll continue the tale another time. I look forward to our next session. Until then, I bid you good day. Farewell, friend.
Farewell, Jim. Voice of cards. Wow. Yeah, sure. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah. I'll definitely buy this. Oh my god, it's good. The Isle Dragon Wars was DLC set. Oh my god. I love this. Oh, very nice. It's very nice. That's the art. No, for now, let's just buy